Hey! Hi, everybody! I know we took a week off. Call the spaceships to Davenport. Yes, once again, it is time for the greatest piece of furniture with a dude on it in space show of all time. Oh, we got science fiction and the vein collector himself all up in the place already. I'm just gonna do a little space adjustment because I don't want to like die and have life support go out, and you know how it is. Call the space ships to Davenport. Well, before we get super duper going, I want to talk to you a little bit about our space sponsor today, which once again is the amazing Tiger Squawk Records, featuring The Album Is Alive from Science Fiction, and Sad Girls Club 4 from Italy. That's a great album. Type Trauma's Blunt Force. That's a megaton of industrial, and of course, Industrial Records versus Tiger Squawk Records. Check all that out at tigersquawkrecords.bandcamp.com. Cat Squared in the house. What is up? Ah. Oh, Cat Squared has already dropped a pretty good joke because she says bands with AIMON in the name represent the other one being ammonia, but that's not who we have today. Today, we have an amazingly wonderful guest. I'm super duper excited to talk to. Cannot be pigeonholed. Pretty much everything they do turns to gold, and by gold I mean a shiny black spiky ball of energy that's shooting out like dire radiance beams. You know what I'm talking about. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring him on the screen in just a second. Are you ready? For AIMON. Yeah, rising from the grave, wise from your grave. Oh, getting altered beast all up in here. What is up, guys? Welcome to space.
Hey.
Thank you so much for taking the time. It's
It's our pleasure. Thanks
oh
for having
well. I mean,
Yeah.
Space Couch is great because I get to talk to like bands I like, but I also get to just connect with friends. So it's pretty awesome. Let's get right into it. Devote. Yes. The Devote Devour is out now. All Joel's here. Awesome. He says which house, but we'll touch on that a bit. I love it. I love Devote Devour. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's um I don't know. Labels. Dark electronic, whatever you want. Like it's but like it rocks. Like pass the workout test, and
Nice.
Beats.
and like because it's got peaks and valleys. The remixes are stellar, and but it's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a second since we had a proper Capital Triangle AIMON release. So why do you think now was the right time, or how the appropriate time to sort of bring that project back to the front?
Yeah, I mean, it really has been a while. I think our last release was our self-titled album, which was like 5 years ago. So,
Yeah, getting close to 6.
ugh. So not only was it just, I mean, it's about time, but also we've just really been wanting to work together to make music again. I mean, we just missed it, and obviously, Brand's been working a lot on his solo project Solve, and with Bestial Mouths too, but I don't have any other music projects, so this is really my only outlet musically. So I was really feeling like it was time to get back into it, write some music, and start performing again.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
exciting.
A lot of the new album that we're working on, we did start kind of right away after the self-titled, but just life gets in the way.
Dude, totally.
Yeah. So, and we didn't want to force it. There was a lot going on in like those years.
Yeah.
Just a lot of personal stuff. So
Totally. Like,
just put it in the back and figured we'd come back to it when we were ready. And
Yeah.
it's always been there. We've always like go back and like listen to the demos and
Right.
kind of consider how we would reconstruct it. And yeah, this year we're just like, let's do it. Let's just knock it out.
okay, you just feeling it? Awesome.
Yeah,
Feeling
yeah,
it.
we hit a groove.
Totally.
Like every song that we work on is better than the last one.
Oh, that's such a good feeling. Like
Yeah.
nothing's worse than when it turns into like it just get to 3 minutes and turn it off and it's done. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
We're actually like, there's a couple of tracks that were just gonna be B-sides because we were like, oh, here's a sketch idea that's got some merit, but maybe we won't use it for the album.
Yeah.
And then we end up tweaking it or rewriting like a whole section, and we're like, actually, this is like my favorite
nice.
song.
Okay, that's a good. I want to jump in real quick, and I'll try to keep you abreast of chat room stuff. But there's a comment I like. Gene Shock says there is so much Wisconsin awesome on the screen right now, which made me very much happy. And
Yes.
big ups to Ray. If you guys don't mind, let's cut over to a clip of Devote Devour. This is the second track, and we'll be right back if that wants to work. Sweet. Okay, there we go. So we can chat, I think, over this, or people just hear us talking over your song. I can't remember, but. Oh, yeah. But like, we can't do it all Gary Newman's theme. Like that's their thing. We gotta pick a different band. Like we'll be, I don't like, all caustic themes or something. So. Yeah, that's better. That's too much belly. Oh my god. Yeah, this will be called. Appearing on the cover of Spin magazine and not releasing an album for pleasure. Damn! And we are back on the couch of space. Want to say what's up to fans of the show and friends Ray and Michael. What is up, guys? Oh, Brendan Ross in the house. What's up, man? So that sounds awesome, and I know you've covered this in previous interviews, but because we just listened to it, like there's this whole witch house like label, just boom, witch house, and you guys you guys are like this 20-sided die. Like it's you don't know what you're gonna get when the roll happens. It's like if you assigned a track style to like each facet of the die. Yeah, I said facet, all up here in space. But so really great stuff. Does this EP open any new ground for you, like in terms of the techniques or technology used, or even any emotional space, or do you find yourself more carrying torches from previous releases?
Well, kind of piggybacking off of your last question about like what was sort of motivating us. I mean, I think we owe a lot of credit to our drummer Mark.
Yeah.
Because the addition of like not only the sound of his live drums, and he has a very like broad range of influence from like jungle to industrial and lots of stuff, is like he really does like add a lot of motivation for us to keep experimenting with music and doing stuff that sounds different.
It's got cool ideas, and when we play live, I mean, we added a live drummer in like 2016 or so.
Yeah.
Around there. And it just changed the dynamic a lot. Like there's always going to be the personal relationship that Nancy and I share. And I think that is the core Damon sound and the energy on stage. But like having a live drummer just adds so much actual energy.
Totally, yeah.
As far as delivery and performance. So that has kind of changed the way that we write a bit.
Fascinating.
Like structuring the songs too. Like right now, we're kind of at the stage with a lot of the songs where we're just going to the studio and just jamming with the drums over the parts and just writing different drum sequences. And I mean, he's playing them. I don't mean sequences.
I say I do the same thing. Like everything's electronic to me. Like you actually you touch the instrument with your hand. That's
wow.
Crazy.
So I know.
Yeah.
So you'll program it out and then go into the studio and be like, put a lick over this or something?
Yeah, we have like a keyboard part and a bass line. Even that, although like with A Snake of June, we rewrote the whole bass line after
no kidding.
Drum part.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, that needs to actually match what you're gonna do here.
Right.
But like that kind of writing is more collaborative, and it's changed, I guess, the way we approach it a little bit, which is great. I think it's helped us out a lot.
That's awesome.
We've also just like changed as people a bit, over the years.
Totally.
Our interests. I got real into doom metal for a long time. Still like sludge kind of stuff, or like the more noisy, like Uniform and the Body, or the Uniform and the Body, as they are often together.
And I just got really into Little Nas X. So
all over the place. I love it.
Yes, we're always so all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like, what, Billie Eilish or something, and then
it's so good.
Just as you hear like, oh, I love the way they use the clap in this one song for like that. Bury a Friend is like just an 808 and like a click sound.
Yeah, and
for the
whispery
whole
vocals.
song.
So
that's kind of
good.
neat. We could steal some ideas.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I want to jump in real quick to say what's up to Jax from Aviatrix on Fire, Robert DJ11, Michael and Ashley in the place. You guys are bringing everybody out. This is already a great episode. I also effed up a bit. I forgot to stick the landing on the Delta. It is Damon with the hard D. Yeah.
I mean,
we'll fight you over it, but it's
whatever.
No,
it's whatever.
Or if that's the answer, if it's whatever, that's totally fine. I just didn't want to. I had Mannequin on and mispronounced the name of their single like for 4 hours, and then it was like, oh no, I forgot a whole syllable, so I felt like an ass. But like, okay, whatever. If it's
answer is that it does come from the Greek word daemon,
right?
And the delta is meant to differentiate from the kind of bastardized like demon, like which has a negative connotation. Originally, it did not. It was more of it's a lengthy metaphysical discussion, but
not mailer daemons. It's not about email.
I mean, it's
not mailer daemons.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. I thought the whole thing was like a metaphor for like office politics and like fax machine. Okay.
But we purposely named our first EP Amen or Amen, however you want to say that word, as a way to kind of blur the lines.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's on brand. What could be more on brand for your music? Right. That's God! Oh, I'm getting body chills now. That excites me greatly. Like you put some effort into this.
Honestly, the name is a sigil, so in order to speak it, you have to cut out your tongue. It's
awesome. We're getting Star Trek up in here. Did
poke your eyes? I don't know.
What's that?
Or poke out your eyes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys are so radiantly beautiful. I may have to do this after the episode. Just nothing so wonderful will ever grace my visage again. The time spent doing the wonderful Solve, which we'll touch on in a second, and producing the amazing Bestial Mouths. Did that figure into Devote Devour at all?
That's a good question. Yes. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, how's it not, right? Like, you can't compartmentalize your brain like a robot, but in terms of like techniques or anything like that, I'm just.
I didn't know that I'm a robot.
Well, I mean, You could be.
Mr. Bungle song. None of them knew they were robots. Anyway,
Dude, I live in space. Like all I talk to are like sentient copy machines and shit. So like it's I'm not used to talking with humans. I mean, once a week on Sundays, but that's really it.
the answer is that when we first started the Damon album in, like I said, almost 2014, or like right away, that was heading in a very different direction originally. We've changed it a lot for the better, but at the time it was the parts that I was bringing were a lot. I don't know how to describe it, but we could just say negative.
Okay,
and,
sure.
And so I kind of made an effort to address that with the first album, the negative, to get that out, to exercise it.
Okay.
And so that kind of relieved the need to do that expression with the album. So it has changed in that regard. Like I've kind of gotten that stuff out, and now we can actually just focus on the more personal stuff about our relationship.
Cool.
The anxieties around living. Yeah.
I mean, no, I just did that. Like I had a song. I'm rounding third base on releasing the side project album, and I had to go back and rewrite a song because it was just like I don't feel this way anymore at all. It would be disingenuous to just unleash this onto my friends, right?
Yeah, no, that's it. Like you have to have a reality check.
Right. I mean, we, correct me if I'm wrong, but we met semi-randomly in the airport at Calgary for...
Yeah, the first time was Calgary, which is weird that we lived in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Well,
right.
But we went to Calgary and we met there.
We all lived in Wisconsin, didn't know each other. You go to California, I go to the other side of the country, to Boston, and like then meet in Calgary. Industrial music!
Yay! But yeah, I think we were just waiting for probably Gene to pick us up.
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, that was Cold Waves. Never mind.
Nope.
This was Calgary, right?
This is Terminus.
So yeah, Amber.
Yes. Or
yeah,
probably Amber. And I think I asked you guys for directions because you looked cool, and then it was
approached us.
It was like, oh shit, that's Damon.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I've heard about this guy. Keep walking. Just pretend you don't know him. Like.
Yeah, we tried to get away, but it seems like...
I think we really clicked when we were because we saw your set at Terminus, and you did the bit about the Venom figure.
Yeah.
The I want to eat your brains.
Yeah.
I have a very good memory of staying over at a friend's house who had that figure, but the battery was dying on the pack. And so it would just randomly go off in the middle of the night. And when you're having a sleepover, you just hear, I want to eat your brain.
That's amazing!
Like, repeatedly.
I've never heard that story. I love it. Well, the reason I brought up the whole Terminus Festival thing is because you guys have played some amazing gigs and have some amazing gigs possibly in the clip. Is there anything that you have played that sticks out in your mind as like, Mount Rushmore amazing gig?
I mean, recently we played with My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult. And
Awesome.
Smacky. Yeah, so
amazing. Like we're still talking about that show.
That was a phenomenal show, and I think like to our credit, we kind of killed it too, which is
we felt
hit
like
our,
it was a good show
good
for
spot,
us, and it was so fun. Like, as you know, it's so fun to get to like play with these bands that you've looked up to for decades.
Yeah, it's like unreal. Like just like asking the dude from Stabbing Westward if he knows where the coffee is, and it's over there.
Right.
Like that just happened. Like
that happens. It happens. It's so bizarre.
It's so weird. Like we were opening for the Causticals actually, and Johan of Suicide Commando comes over and goes, Brian, do you know when the set time is? I forget what he asked me, and I'm like, oh, it's 11. And he goes, thank you. And then Matt goes, hey, you remember that one time Suicide Commando knew your first name? And I was like, I don't know.
That's amazing.
so good.
But like I brought it back to me again, which is a bad habit I have. So
No,
where
it's good. Like, I mean,
It's always good.
We
We
went-
want to hear more about you.
Yeah.
well, we'll work it in. But where was the Thrill Kill Cult show?
that was here in San Diego.
Okay.
Brick by Brick. I was gonna say, my go-to answer for that, usually that question is like, in 2012, we played like a like super witch house show in Austin for South by Southwest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
The house party, which is
It was,
already
like,
great.
One of the unofficial
Yeah.
South by Southwest
and it
showcases.
was like Rituals, I think, was there for
nice.
sure. Mr. Kitty and
yeah.
we basically met all the people in the witch house scene that we like have stayed friends with at South by Southwest because we played like a whole like 4 different little unofficial shows.
Yeah.
They were all awesome, but this house party was just like the weirdest energy.
In a house and not like
a house.
okay,
Like,
like a booty house party. Okay,
No. We were like in the living room or something.
that's amazing.
On the kitchen table, and
Yeah.
it was
that the
just
one that got shut down by the cops?
yeah. We got like
Oh wow! Oh
set.
man, high school style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flatliner, cops raided. Everyone was on drugs. It was like
the energy of
the energy
being...
was the darkest energy I've ever experienced. Like if you walked outside, there was just circling clouds. It was really intense. Like
Yeah.
I think even if you don't pick up on energy, you would still just feel like a bad vibe there.
Just like
And it was just
dogs raise their hackles.
yeah,
Right,
it was so
yeah.
intense. It was definitely the most like witch house show we ever did. But like people
Yeah.
once like we were playing right when I think everyone's drugs were peaking, so they like just had the coolest like it was like a rave scene from a '90s movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Like just
Blade shows
sweaty
up and starts doing
like,
karate.
no lights at all, pitch black,
Right.
and just like a strobe or something in the background.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome.
And then the cops show up and shut us down, and we wait till they leave, and then we just started back up again.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
That's so amazing.
We don't live here. What are they gonna do?
Oh,
It's so rad that we've played shows like that, like literal house parties,
Yeah.
with that kind of energy, and then to play something like Terminus or Cold Waves,
Cold Waves, yeah.
it's
we're
incredible.
like at the Chicago Metro, like a huge venue and with a huge stage, like having that range of of audience and just the energy that comes
Yeah.
from that is just really, we feel really super lucky.
Yeah, like both of those festivals have just such a great family vibe, and they just cultivate, an actual like scene, like
Yeah.
a really healthy scene in industrial, which is crazy.
It's pretty great. It's
So
pretty
much
good.
fun. Yeah.
Man, yeah, like being at Cold Waves at the Metro, playing the Metro because we had seen shows there growing up.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Totally.
And then, being backstage and having like Jim Marcus come up and hug us and be like, oh my God.
Yeah, or be like, you can't go out the back way right now because front 242 is stretching.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
fuck?
Right?
Just hear like loud Belgian coming from like the private rooms and be like, oh, that's woo! And then like next week for us would be like that, and then like we're rocking the beige Hiawatha room at a Holiday Inn Express at like MiniCon or something, like
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
playing over that PowerPoint presentation speaker system.
I love that. I love that.
Oh yeah.
So
Like
good.
it's like it's either like coming up next portion control or where my Klingons at or but I'm happy. I didn't know you guys did like a house party thing. We fell into this amazing like noise circle in Boston, which is like back to house party style, but like around a kitchen table, and there's like 5 dudes, and like Scrap EDX was out, if you remember him. Like he was just like hanging out. Okay,
Cool.
older stuff, but like amazing. Is there anything coming up that you guys want to plug vis-a-vis live shows?
I mean, we're playing a show on Thursday.
Oh,
already.
awesome.
San Diego.
In San Diego.
Okay, great.
We're mostly in San Diego right now just because we're trying out new material.
Mhm.
I mean, we're like
Yeah.
a lot of new songs, and it's kind of just nice to just...
Where do people go for that?
So that show is going to be at a place called Blonde Bar. It's part of an ongoing night here called Disco Goth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The best name.
Yeah.
So that's this Thursday. And then the next show we have after that is...
It's not announced, but we're playing in November with friends of ours.
Okay.
Right. That's also in San Diego.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Good
show in
stuff.
San Diego.
It'll get us very soon.
Yeah,
sure.
we announce
Alright.
everything on like social medias. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're on social media now, but you know, so
Right.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, check out Blonde Bar on Thursday, and it's AAIMON.bandcamp.com if you want to pick up the aforementioned Devote Devour. I suggest you do. It's awesome. It's $4 or something, and it's delightful. Mikey Chu Henry says the Damon Delta, San Diego guinea pigs. Martin Sachs says, hey, 2 of my fave humans on TV. There's 3 of us, so we'll figure out which he means. But
One of us.
right.
It's me. Sorry.
Yes, I guarantee you it's not.
Martin's the best.
I know the name. Where would I know? Anyway.
It's a secret. No, it's
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
no one knows.
No one knows? All right.
Yeah.
Dope. We got into Delta stuff a bit, but just because we're talking about it, is that a giant pain in the ass for digital distribution?
Was.
Okay.
I think sorted it pretty. Like when we worked with Artifact, who we are signed to. I guess the short answer is when we do it ourselves, it works out.
Understood.
We can be more specific, but we ended up going through. I emailed Spotify and just said can you put all these different accounts together so it's just one under this name, and they emailed me back and we're like, done.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I got into this Tiger Squawk Records thing, and like if a band wants to have like a number or all caps spelling, I'm like, all right, here we go. All right, let's just hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
But
DistroKid is what we've been using for Solve, and the singles, and they're annoying about that. So
CD Baby is the same, where it's like you just give up, and you're like, all right. Look, buddy, your band name's gonna be misspelled on this compilation, or it doesn't come out. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, at least Bandcamp is still like the preferred, and they're so great.
Bandcamp is amazing. I don't know how they have to have servers like the size of a warehouse. I don't know how they can just have all this data online streaming, give it away for free most of the time. And or you do like you guys do and put a year's worth of work up for $7.
Right.
And
it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's great. Like you get FLAC format or WAV.
Yeah.
And it's right. And like I'll buy an album off of Apple every now and then. It's nice because it goes right to my phone, but I just feel a little bad inside. Like I'm helping out some.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
The Michael says, I'm sold. Hope you guys make it to Cleveland at some point. So you have some requests.
Sweet.
Thank you.
I get yappy, but before I get too far off, I want to circle back to Solve real quick, because that just came out. You guys are on fire. The original track is awesome.
It's Virgo season, so we're gonna knock out. That's when get shit done.
Well, you're in space now, so Mercury is permanently in retrograde up here.
Dang.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it going on. The original track is amazing. Tones on Tail is one of my favorite bands. So when I saw you covered that, I was like, oh, it is Christmas today. Let us jump to a clip of that real quick. Oh, no, shit. I effed it up. Okay. There we go. So this is New Wounds. pointing out that if you're ever in Boston, you just need to come over and we'll just talk about like teachers we had that we didn't know we had. Like it's at that like Eagle River level. Okay, and back to outer space.
Ooh.
uh, that is available. I'm blanking on your. Is it solve.bandcamp.com?
Yeah, it's SLVE.
SLVE. Thank you.
North Circle. The
Tell me about this release. I know you traditionally put stuff out on your birthday, and
yeah, the first EP I ever did was just an excuse to kind of do a dark ambient thing that I wanted. I really want to do soundscapey stuff. A lot of my day job is composing, and
kick ass.
yeah, so it was like an excuse just to be self-indulgent, I always say. So why not just release it on my birthday and go full
step into the strike, as they say in self-defense.
So it's just been a little, like, that's just the tradition of it. It is a very personal project. It's always just meant for me, really. Like, I like that people like it, of course. But it's always like, I mean, I did that.
Easy putt. It's great. But you're a Tones on Tail fan, I take it.
Yeah, that song specifically, it came up because I Die You Die just did a commentary on the Virgin Prunes album, and I'm a big Virgin Prunes fan, but I got into them through the Mick Mercer gothic rock compilations.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah, like the old school discs, and
I haven't thought about those in a long time.
That specific song, Burning Skies, is from that. That was my introduction to them.
Oh, wow, okay. You heard it here first on Space Couch. All right. Or, maybe you didn't, but I'm going to claim it.
Tell everyone I run into, so no.
So just pick something off the McDonald's menu, sir. I don't care about your industrial.
Sir, this is an Arby's. That's, again, just a self-referential thing for me. All of that is like inside joke, kind of, not joke, but
no, I get it. It's
whatever.
This is me, and you can have it, and I get to do that. It's pretty awesome, man. You said you compose a lot for your day job?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I
especially a few years ago, but less so recently.
Okay.
But yeah, I worked at a production company here in San Diego.
Cool, man.
Doing just original 3D content, and I was a composer for that. And then worked with Geek and Sundry for a while, and Nerdist, doing their little YouTube, or they have like a
super cool. Ironically, for Nerdist, I said working for Nerdist is super cool. But
before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God damn it! I forgot about that shit. Oh well. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. It was a good experience, and I still work with one of the producers that does a bunch of those shows, so he'll hit me up when he needs something.
Cool.
Which is great. Yeah.
So
those are the contacts that are good to have.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. If you were to like take 2 or 3 of your songs, like, or the gestalt they're in, and
sure.
like mold them into like a 90s arcade game, what would that be like?
That's a fun question.
Yeah. Nancy and I would probably both have really good memories of being locked inside Aladdin's castle.
Oh man, remember Aladdin's castle?
You did not just reference Aladdin's castle. Oh.
So.
And the Brookfield Mall. Oh my God. Stop.
But when I think of 90s arcade, I usually think of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and X-Men, like the kind of
totally
like 4 people group ganging up on some. I mean, I love those games, but I don't know how we would.
I feel like those kinds of games aren't us so much as like the different weird like PC and console games the 90s, like
Alone in the Dark.
And,
God.
What's
Clock Tower?
Clock Tower is perfect.
Clock Tower.
It's like
anything
you never
creepy.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
what I love about Clock Tower is that it's just this constant dread because eventually something's going to jump at you.
Nice, like Eternal Darkness. You ever play that?
Didn't play that.
I never played that one.
But you remember the very first Friday the 13th NES game?
Hell yeah, I do.
So you know how you would just wander?
You just wander around.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he'd show up and kill you because you can't do anything. That's like Clock Tower.
That's us.
That is. Oh yes.
Us is the while you're wandering around, you don't know when we're gonna kill you.
Oh God!
It's that
damn it! Is that a good answer?
Wouldn't that be a great arcade game though? It'd be the most
like
boring.
you're just standing in
You're
Aladdin's
just walking
castle.
around like Aladdin's castle or like the Metro after it's closed, and all of a sudden Brant and Nancy show up, and you're like, "Oh, hey guys," and they fucking kill you. Like,
right? Like, there's not enough arcade games that are just dread the game, or anxiety the game, Alien Isolation or something, but where you just put in quarters and you just hide in a locker.
Yeah. Dre from Scilab says I still have Eternal Darkness GameCube.
We'll check it out. I haven't played that one.
I don't know it much either. I just wanted my fiance to think I was cool. Because she likes that game a lot.
Nice.
I do have a proposal.
Okay.
I forget the name of the original arcade game, but it was like a driving shooting, and one person drove and the other person manned the gun. So, do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe.
I've totally played that.
Okay,
I was gonna say it's not Airwolf because that's a helicopter. It's
you got one person named Devote. He's behind the wheel, and then Devour is on the gun.
Okay.
And the scope of the gun, totally a delta.
Yeah.
That works.
Let's make this happen.
I wouldn't have thought of this.
All right.
Friends.
I mean, that's the Space Couch magic.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
Dread the game though.
What's that?
It's funny, we talk about how we always feel like our music has such a sense of dread and anxiety, and then just off camera, maybe we were just talking to you about how much coffee we drink. I wonder if we're such anxious
Why are we
people.
always so nervous?
there's this giant live show boost, and then this huge crash, and then that's how albums happen. That's how little albums are born.
Right.
Okay, so when I got it, so in the. You play a level or two of the Devote Devour running, shooting, health is in the barrels and all the standard video game shit. And then in the cutscene, the heroes get out and just kind of wander around a dark park, and then you guys show up and stab them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that someone's 100%. There, but you don't know.
Right. That'd be hilarious if it just smash cuts to a completely different game type. The hell is this?
God damn it. I love the meta idea of you, the camera pans back and it's you at an arcade.
Yeah.
And the arcade is locked.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The mall is closed, so you're just in a mall, and it's all the lights are out everywhere.
Oh, that's good.
Shopping mall.
Shopping mall.
Yes, it's Shopping Mall. And it's the plot of Shopping Mall, and it gets super surreal.
This is the game I would play.
Yeah.
And I'd want it for no reason. I'd want to work in Stephen Archer, he's just working at the Sunglass Hut or something. Just why?
Gives you wacky little finger puppets for 30 tickets.
Yeah. Just it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's him at all. Okay.
Let's make this happen and just.
I know we have some developers watching Space Couch or listening to the podcast. Our people will talk to your people, and we will come out with this title.
Man, horror point and click was such a good thing in the 90s.
Oh my God, good call.
Do you remember D?
No, I don't. But
not Vampire Hunter D. But there was an early. It was the same kind of graphics as the first Alone in the Dark, just polygons. But it was
sort of.
I think it predates Resident Evil, and it was the same kind of game where you just explore this mansion where there's no lights. You just have a flashlight. And then a wall of spikes will come at you.
Nice.
I mean, that was sort of part of the appeal of those, because there was a time when there was so many, it felt like you were the only person that had played D, or whatever it is. And I'm falling into this, am I in a movie right now? This is a movie, right? I'm going to fall into the game, and Pinhead's gonna kill me or some shit.
Right.
But D. What was that for?
I want to say
PC,
one of the later.
GameCube or something.
Yeah, GameCube. It was
Okay.
totally. I was gonna say one of the later Nintendo systems, but yeah, GameCube.
All right. That is on the to-do list.
Yeah.
The
Monster Party. Did you ever play Monster Party for Nintendo?
Oh, hell yeah.
Talking about that yesterday because a friend of ours got us Smash Brothers, and you can play as Ness with 2 S's. But he's Mike from Monster Party. He's got a baseball bat and a.
I never put that together. To Monster Party just goes like giant floating head to me, but I didn't know. Okay. I'll have to go because Ness is classically from like Mother or Earthbound. And if you need to come up with a costume for a con at the last minute.
Totally.
But
although, did you ever see Paranoia Agent?
No.
Yeah.
It was one of Satoshi Kon's. It was like a series, so it was like 13 episodes. Satoshi Kon is the who did like Perfect Blue.
Okay, no, I know it's a little bit like I was Nintendo.
Totally.
Giant skip to like Xbox One and had my mind like melted. So there's a big like I had enough self-loathing in high school to not consider myself like good enough for a PlayStation. So like I didn't get a modern system after the Nintendo for a long time.
Nice.
But not that I felt
a movie. Just to clarify.
Oh, sorry. So like I went off on a long tangent for no reason. What's that?
Anime series.
It was like an anime series. No, we didn't make that clear. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do we need to know about it?
Well, it has a really similar kind of character of like, young kid, baseball cap, really huge baseball bat. It's just weird that's like a weird prototype, archetypal character.
It's kind of a bad, quote unquote, bad guy in that series, though.
Yeah.
But they call him like Little Slugger.
Yeah.
Shows up and beats the shit out of people with a baseball bat.
That was a terrifying series.
It's so good. Yeah.
He can ride like he can be a bonus character in your video game. Like if you run out of ammo, you can switch to the bat.
Yeah, totally. It's all dented. Like it's so
creepy.
Messed up.
Awesome.
Check that movie out because it's very serious. Watch all of his movies because Perfect Blue and Paprika.
Okay, yeah, Paprika. I know. Okay.
Millennium Actress is probably the movie I cried the most at.
Yeah.
It's just like soul crushing.
Yeah.
Do you work any of that into what's that?
What's that?
I was gonna ask you what you said.
Oh, I'm just spouting shit.
Well, I mean, does any of that? Do you find inspiration for Daemon in any of that sort of artistry?
Yeah. Actress especially. That was like really profound.
Anything like really sad and sad, psychological, philosophical, anything in that kind of genre I think inspires us a lot.
Interesting. Okay.
We like to cry a lot.
Yeah.
And
it sounds weird, but like
like we seriously just love going to movies and just like bawling our eyes out.
No judgment. Like I had never seen Inside Out until like a week ago, and like my fiance has it on DVD, and I'm like, all right, Pixar movie. Like I know what I'm signing up for, but I was not prepared. I had to. Oh my, dude.
Yeah.
Pixar, Disney, man. Like watching Coco is just like
Coco. Do you remember? Okay, there's this scene in Coco. I had to stop and rewatch it. It's like a 1-second panel. But there's like it's a montage of people like trying out for
the noise industrial dude.
Yes.
I don't think I remember that.
Sorry.
I knew you would pick up on it because it was such an inside job. The scene, if you haven't seen it, is a bunch of skeleton Day of the Dead people are trying out to like meet the rock star main character, quote unquote, of the movie, and they're cutting through like. There's like a ranchero band, country band, punk band, and then they cut to an industrial guy with the industrial haircut with one finger playing a keyboard, and it's not working, and the expression on his face just says, "This worked in the studio." Like, I was like, that is an inside job. Like
Yes.
somebody in that animation team
Fast. It's just like
definitely,
a
yeah.
couple seconds and then
Like
it cuts to the
we
next.
know that person.
We're like, oh, hey.
We have to be like 1.5 degrees away from that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have definitely wrote a song called Absolution, Implant, or Cyberstructure.
Wow, yes. Indentured.
Yes.
Oh man.
Too much fun. I'm gonna fight myself to not just talk about Aladdin's
Yeah.
Castle
Castle.
the whole time. Like
Uh,
my friend Tony had a birthday party there, and there was this new game on the scene. You kind of heard about it, but I had never seen in the flesh, so to speak, Street Fighter 2.
right?
Mind
You put it
blown.
like middle, like all the other arcade machines are just surrounding it
Right.
like a circle.
Yes,
Yeah.
like it was bacteria in a petri dish of penicillin, and oh god,
Yeah.
good stuff, good stuff.
But yeah, like so. Just to cut back to the music
Please
thing.
do.
A Snake of June is named after a Tsukamoto film. He's the
Oh.
one who did Tetsuo.
Totally.
He has a film called A Snake of June, which is really like it'd probably be problematic today, but it's definitely like transgressive and super cool, and we both really love the.
So is that
The
inspiration
aesthetic
for
of
the
that one.
track
Yeah.
in just name, or was there sort of like were you drawing on that source material directly for the music?
Yeah, more the music than the lyrics.
Oh.
We have like we usually share like a little like Google Drive folder that has like images and
Words
things.
and images and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
Build from that as like what do you call that? Like a board.
Yeah,
Call
I mean,
it
like
something.
it's like a mood board.
Mood board.
But
Yeah.
Really?
And so that's where we get like a lot of our aesthetic inspiration from. Part of being like doing composing is like seeing an image and just kind of creating a mood for it. So yeah, that's just the way we work. We like
Fascinating.
to have a reference of something that's not even necessarily musical. Sometimes musical.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll be like, we really like the tone of this. But most of the time it's visual. We're really visual.
yeah,
Occasionally books.
yeah.
Go
I
through
am
a
not
copy.
very visual, so this is pretty fascinating to me. And I'm like, I mean, I see and I don't bump into walls, but like, I don't like do, like, are you guys involved in like,
Be
like
nice.
2D art or, I mean, sorry, I just canned what you said, but I know you said you did like 3D design. Do you do any sort of art outside of that, or do you consider yourselves like visually what's the word I'm looking for? Detail oriented. Oh, space dog!
There's our dude.
Oh man, we could probably do another episode of Dog Talk, but
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Let me grab him.
our dog Juno is somewhere. Juno.
Dog is Juno.
Juno. Space Dog will come out and. Oh man,
You're famous.
I am now fourth place on this screen.
Oh.
Oh, look at that cutie pie.
This is Rafa. He's our mascot.
Oh,
He's our
Rafa, hi buddy.
Yeah.
very best friend.
He's upset all the time,
Oh no.
just like us. So.
No, he's just a tiny baby.
Oh, he or she is a young dog and not just a small dog? Is that what you mean?
He is an old dog.
He's an old
very-
dog. Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
very small.
found him on the street, so we don't know his exact age, but we think he's about like 11 or 12.
Okay. My fiance found her dog in the street, and we think she's about 11 or 12. This is getting weird.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh, I want to see Juno.
Okay. Well, okay. Space Cateers, hold on for just 1 second. I'm gonna go here into another part of the spaceship, and oh,
I
Is
can't.
Juno up by you?
Yeah, we'll see it.
Well, yeah, we'll see it. We'll see.
We'll see her out. Hey Juno, come here. We'll see if we can. Come here, girl, come here. Oh, come on, come on. Oh yes, she's a good dog. Oh, okay. You'll be. I know you can't see me right now because of some nebulas and stuff, but we'll get to it. Hey everybody, this is Juno, also known as Junebug, Juno Cop, or Juno Reactor.
That's
So.
true.
I love Juno Cop.
Yeah, well, she is here to uphold the law, by which we mean sleep on our bed all day.
Call Rafa our little hall monitor.
Yeah.
Why's that?
He's like you're gonna get in trouble.
Total narc. He's
like if one of you is like dealing drugs or something, like out of the hallway. Okay.
He's just like very. I don't know how to describe it. Like, okay, we have this whole persona created for our dog, and I'm sorry to totally derail this. Like,
Please,
into,
okay. Hold on. I'll pull out an edit point. Go to AAIMON.bandcamp.com. Pick up Devote Devour. It is amazing. I'm sure there's more coming. SLVE.bandcamp.com for the amazing New Wounds, Burning Skies EP. All the way from San Diego, the unstoppable force of Daemon or Amon, however you want to pronounce it. There. Okay, bonus content. So, you got like. I've never heard a dog described as a hall monitor, but I love it. Like, just like you guys are gonna get.
If you sneak in late or something, he's gonna be like, "I waited up for you."
Yeah, like whenever we come back late from like a club or something, he's just like on the couch just looking at us like I've been worried sick.
Yeah, Juno does that one, but hers is more a little bit of like I'm happy to see you guys. Got any butter? I mean, just as long as you're back. There's this like it's kind of like guy who he wants to know how you're doing, but you can tell it's a prelude to this guy's gonna ask me for money, or he's gonna ask me to like his fucking shit band on Facebook or something. Yeah, Juno's like, yeah, okay. I mean, I like getting pets. Be nice if I had some cheese, but pets are fine. Pets are cool. Like
Relatable, very relatable.
Nice. We gotta get Gottesman's dog Hoyt. And
yes, Hoyt.
I've never met Hoyt. We'll get Sophie, Eagle likeness is Sophie, leather strips, Alvin, and our two respective pooches, and just have like industrial dog calendar. Oh
yes,
man.
Please. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to design this. I need this to be a thing in my life.
God, really? Okay. Because like with the insane profits we will make from the Daemon video game, we can go all out on the God damn it! I kind of really want to do this now. Like the industrial pets calendar.
Yes!
So silly.
Oh,
please,
such a good idea.
Please.
Okay.
Did you ever see
photos of dogs
metal
and cats?
Metal dudes with cats.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
That is a
so
viable
good.
product.
Yeah.
Man.
That's pretty great.
Oh, I've seen like like I think I've seen that one. The Cat Squared wants to know, is Rafa drinking a ton of coffee too? Mikey Chu Henry says Chun-Li forever, and I think because we were talking about like movies and stuff before.
Yeah.
And Ray Calderon says they got dogs in space. They certainly do, or at least they do here on Space Couch. Science Fiction will get his roommate's dog Phantom. That is a great name for a dog. Okay, so we're on a rogue flight path here on Space Couch. No, we have no network concerns or commercial sponsors really, so we can do whatever we want because it's 2019. I never thought we could have just a show and just do it, and now it's What's that?
The no gods, no masters.
No gods, no masters. Besides perhaps the curvature of space-time and even that is debatable because Space Couch don't give a what. I'm gonna pull her on back into the station.
Sure.
Although if and maybe the answer is no, but is there anything about Daemon that people kind of don't understand that you would want to put out there into the ether of your spirit, if you like?
Oh man, I think like like one of the comments we hear all the time, like just on social media, is like, thanks for not being political. Like thanks for. I think like we're all just so over like this constant like really depressing news cycle, and I can't blame any of us for wanting a break from that. And I think music is a really good break from that. But at the same time, like even though what we write about as Damon like isn't political at all, that's just not what we are about as far as like what this project tells. Like we personally like are really opinionated and have really strong feelings about things, and I guess it just sort of like it makes me feel a little bit weird that people are like assuming that we don't have a stance on things. So like that's one thing that
interesting. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things like we're not a political music act at all, but at the same time like I really don't want the people who listen to us to be like shitty people.
That's fair.
Totally blunt about it. Like that's kind of like one of the only things I can think of. Do you want to field the question?
I mean, I think that's like I always like to say that we focus inwards with the music project.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought that goes into it, but it's not necessarily directed at the global, like, this is what's happening in our world.
Yeah.
It's more like this is how we internalize what's happening in our world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is a distinction that's pretty important.
Yeah.
But it is that. It is still like a consequence of how the world has changed.
Yeah, I mean, how is it going to not influence you?
Right, yeah.
I mean, like, I haven't written a song about socks, but I still wear socks. Like,
exactly.
Right.
So that's not true. I might have written a song about socks, but you know what I'm saying.
Like, write that down.
Yeah. That is interesting, though. That do you think it's because people expect you to be political?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you think it's because people expect you to be political on a certain level, or is it just the?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But like, we played a show a while ago in LA where, like just someone came up to us afterwards and like, kind of angrily was like, "Thank you for not being political," and it was just like, that's such a weird compliment. So it's just so weird.
That's
often enough that it's sort of like I
felt like we would like to express it in some way, but I don't really know how.
Interesting.
Like we're not trying to be.
We're not trying to be apolitical at all.
Right.
I mean,
It's not the point of this particular project.
But we also feel like we, like I feel personally like I'm not knowledgeable enough about things to have a strong platform on them either.
Right, but just because you're not throwing in Trump samples doesn't mean you're not influenced by the world.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Right. Like as much as we're talking in space right now, like
I understand you on Earth have a few problems.
Yeah.
I hear rumors up here in space, but I don't really know. So. Well. Okay, so I'm gonna close her on out, but you guys, this has been a great episode. Thank you so much.
This was so fun.
Awesome. This is gonna be great. I think who are we talking to next week? Beta virus, but don't quote me on that. And all right, so call the spaceships to Davenport. This is Space Couch for the wonderful San Diego Super Team Daemon saying I don't have a sign off. Maybe we'll come up with one. All right, Space Couch out.
Perfect.
Thank you, Space Couch.
All right, so the closing credits are going now, which we traditionally talk over. Super happy I got to meet your dog. That was great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see your dog too.
Oh well, we'll have a dog off. Man, I mean,
Dog.
it's or like a dog collab in the form of a calendar, like.
Yes, definitely.
So ridiculous. Okay, and
Hey,
3.
congratulations on getting
Yeah,
engaged.
Oh,
congrats.
hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
I'm surprised she said yes too. All right.
That's definitely what we were getting at.
Yeah, like, are you
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good for Brian. Like, all right, we'll close.